tapping onto what Sophie said, just some housekeeping things. So Thursday, Friday, Monday. So Thursday, Friday is week 0, where it's a great opportunity for student groups to sign up new students, newly enrolled students, but Monday is when we'll have returning students. So it's back to sort of like having a clubs and societies day. So we would obviously love to see everyone, all of the stores populated with your members. It's 10 a.m. to 3 a.m. Obviously that's sort of factoring in bump in and bump out time, but we generally will start seeing people around 10:30, 11 on campus. We have this year, once again, similar to last year, we've actually allocated everyone alphabetically. I know some people haven't been happy with that, but as Nicole kind of mentioned earlier, we have taken on the feedback from a lot of student groups. So if you're not aware, after every orientation, we actually send out a feedback form. So it goes out on Maxink. So if you aren't happy this year, please fill that out, because we kind of don't know that you're not happy if you don't tell us. So let us know what works for you, what doesn't work, and we're always trying to find ways to kind of make our week a little bit more amenable for as many people as possible. Obviously, there are some things that we won't be able to accommodate, but we'll do our best to take on your feedback. We also would like you guys to just keep your stores clean, and also with your signage. That I know sometimes people write on the signs, because we're trying to keep things quite uniform. If you could try to not write on the signs or stick stickers, we're happy for you to print out other posters and stick them kind of on your sign, but just to keep the signs themselves clear of any stickers or other writing. I know when Sophie mentioned the faculty days, so if you're interested in maybe recruiting certain groups on those faculty days, then you would just rock up on the day and we can give you a table, not so much a stall, but it's an opportunity to really kind of tap into a target audience. During the Thursday, Friday, Saturday though, if your group wants to do some sort of food event, please let us know, because we will be able to provide some funding for you. It is, once again, kind of like a first in best dressed premise. So if you are thinking of doing, it doesn't have to be a barbecue, but if you want a barbecue, that's fine. If you want to give out food at your stall, you would just email us and let us know what sort of food you would like to give out, and we'll be able to see whether we can allocate some funding that won't be part of your regular yearly funding, so to be on top of the funding that you'll normally receive. I know that some groups have been in touch with us for performances as well, so there will be a little stage set up, I believe, and we do have some people who will be performing. So performances at orientation are really a showcase. It's an opportunity for you to kind of show off your group. So unlike some other events where we might offer to pay the student group to actually be involved, orientation really, we're not offering payment for performances. It's really an opportunity for you to advertise to the student body what your group actually does. So if you want to perform, I know I think performances are occurring on Thursday and Friday. Please email your CLO or student groups at mq.edu.au and let us know what you would like to do, and we can slot you in for a time. What else do I have up here? So printing requests. If you could please get in your printing requests by Wednesday the 13th. So that's just the day before the stores day. That just gives the CLO enough time to actually do all your printing. Yes? Is that 2 days time? Yep. Oh, so it'll be on the 19th, sorry, typo, thank you. So the Wednesday before orientation starts. Obviously, if you get your printing request in after that time, you just need to wait a little bit. With the printing requests, what normally happens is that once your once your posters have been printed, you will get an email to say, come to campus engagement and pick them up. Just because sometimes people put them in and they'll rock up thinking that they can collect their printing, but we do just go in kind of like chronological order. So the earlier you get your printing in, the likelier that it's going to be printed by the time you come to pick it up. And we'll put them in the pigeonholes. Now this is going to be super crappy to read because we are not using a wall, but like I said, we are sending this out to you on email. So everyone, as I said, has been listed in alphabetical order, I think, except for maybe 2 groups, and that's because one requires quite a lot of power. And the other is actually the SRC and academic, who Ainsley, our guest speaker before, was. So we've kind of had those people as exceptions, but everyone else, there really isn't an exception. Like I said, it's worked for us in the past. If it doesn't work, let us know. Let us know afterwards, not before. There's really unlikely, orientation planning starts a good couple of months before the actual week. So if you let us know, you know, a week before that you're not happy with where you are, it's a little bit too late for us to actually make those changes. This is kind of a rough map of where the stalls will be. So like with last year, we had stalls all around. So we're next to the Lincoln building, so kind of where the courtyard used to be. We've got some stalls in that area. So that's probably A to, I think, groups that are from A or number to B or C. Then we have from there running up to Wally's Walk. We've got some corporates that are kind of on Wally's Walk, but all this area outside Muse will be for student groups. And so I think the groups here will be probably from C to maybe, I think, I or J. And then we will go to the grass area. We will try to, I know semester 1 last year, the grass area was not great, but we made, you know, we will play it by ear basically. So we are hoping to have a lot more activations down this area. That's where the stage is actually going to be. So we're hoping with the stage, music performances, DJs, that's actually really going to make that area really lively. There'll be food trucks. We hope that the groups that are down there, if you want to help, not help, but if your group does want to offer some freebies or whatever else you think that can activate that space, then we are more than happy to hear it. Yes.
One thing that we noticed last year was the lack of mentors taken around the students.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was participating at our Mugga, the Greek Society stall 2 years ago, a lot of the mentors actually took all their students down to where the stalls and actually walked them through, say, here are all your societies, here's where you can join up. I thought last year that didn't really help, especially because when we were at the grass, like we were far away from everyone, there was nothing really bringing people down.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask if maybe like you could go and speak to whoever leads the mentors to say, hey, by the way, after you're done with the tour, take them through all the stalls and see what these students actually enjoy. Yeah,
that's a great suggestion. We can certainly mention that to Sophie, who actually looks after the mentors program as well, that maybe we can incorporate some of that. I had an idea actually, was wondering that as part of this maybe scavenger hunt, I will have a chat to orientation that perhaps there's a way that we can incorporate student groups into that as well, if your group is happy to kind of participate. Like I said, this year, hopefully it'll be a bit different because we've actually tried to, you know, we took on the feedback from last year. We knew it was a bit of a dud, and we tried to change it during session 1, but this time we're hoping to be more prepared, and that this area will be a lot more lively. Yes.
Sorry, I forgot to mention. If we wanted to do a barbecue, do we have that at our stall, or is there a designated area where it's like, okay, if you want to do a barbecue, do it in this?
I think it would probably make sense to do it at your stall. If you're kind of in this area, makes it a bit difficult. We can double check to see where your stall is. I know the events team who helps with the logistics of orientation are more than would be able to kind of allocate a better spot, just because sometimes the barbecues we actually can't have on the grass area because it slopes. But if we say, if your group hasn't, I think the other thing is that your group needs to make sure that they've got enough members to actually be on the stall and to also handle a food event. So if we were going to split that and perhaps have your barbecue outside, say, Muse, then, you know, if your group is happy with that, we could do that, but we'll have to double check with the events team.
Are we facing towards the smoke, like we're on that sort of line there along the walk, are we facing the
I think you're facing
area?
inwards.
Okay.
I think. We'll find out on the day. But I can double check. I'll double check with the events team.
Just because it looks like we're in the garden with the trees.
Which number are you looking at?
When there's 58 to 60.
I think that's, actually no, I'll double check with the events team for you. I don't want to answer that. Any other questions? Yeah.
So during the Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, assembly would be able to get a table?
Yes.
We wanted to capitalize on the audience?
Yes.
Where would we be?
So there is a form on MaxSync that you can fill out if you would like to participate on a faculty day. So just go onto MaxSync, fill out the form, and then we will email you with the details of what is required of you on the day. But it'll be provided to you on the day.
So the forms is what is society want to perform.
Mm-hmm.
So do we just say we just want a table?
Is that for the faculty? So there's probably 3 forms that are out there on MaxInc. One was to register for today. One is to register your store for orientation. One is to register for faculty orientation. So,
Faculty orientation, when they ask us what we want to perform,
okay.
what we want to perform, we just want to have it.
We'll double check that, but don't worry. If you just say, I would like to attend, we'll know that we'll provide you with, we'll double check that form, but yeah, just say you need a table. Is there any other questions? No? Okay. If you do have any other questions between now and orientation, please email your CLO. We will try to answer those questions, and we'll try to accommodate for whatever requests you've got. So, and like I said, we will send this out to you. So we'll send it, we'll probably chuck it up on the executives portal on MaxInc. We'll see if we can get this recording up. So if any of your executives weren't here, or for other student reps that weren't able to make it, we'll make sure that they get a copy of this or a copy of the PowerPoint, which has most of the relevant information anyway. So what we're going to do now, I know we've kind of scheduled you guys in until 1 o'clock. So we're just gonna have a quick break for lunch. So there's pizzas at the back there. What we're going to do now afterwards is just actually break off into smaller groups. So if you're a president, secretary, treasurer, we're actually going to go through a very, very quick training session just to make sure everyone is aware of their roles, but also aware of what we require of you. I know the end of year reports are a real pain in the butt, but it's also because a lot of people don't know what we expect of you to actually be affiliated as a student club. So we're going to try to explain some of the things that we need, that you can kind of make sure that throughout this year that you're complying with, so that by the time the end of year reports come by, that we don't get one-line answers and we don't get blankies. Yes, Lydia?
During break, could you please put up the
Sure. Sure. Why don't I just do that now? All right. So pizzas are at the back.